Um, we're playing in another one of the content creator events, the standard spectacular event hosted by the Birds of Paradise group. I'm playing this Jund Delirium or Jund Reanimator deck that I have kind of freshly brewed up here. It's sort of a hybrid of the Smuggler Surprise deck and the Rakdos Reanimator decks that are running around, where Surprise is not only um, another way for you to cheat in your big stuff, it's also an early enabler because you just get to draw four, sometimes bin some of your creatures, sometimes just dig for lands, sometimes find some of your cheaper action. And it also gets around graveyard hate post board. Your opponent brings in their ghost vacuums and surprise. I'm just putting these bad boys into play. So I'm pretty excited about this build. I'm excited to play my first big standard tournament since focusing on this format while we wait for the modern BNR. I am back also after being in Seattle for a couple days for the Billie Eilish concert. That concert was really, really good. I think it was actually the best concert I've ever been to. I'm not, I don't really listen to that much Billie Eilish, and we mostly went because Esther's a huge fan, and I wasn't like that familiar with her music. I've heard a lot of it, but I've never like really sat down to listen. She put on a great show. The music was great. The performance was great. The dancing was great. The production and the set design was great. Incredible concert from Miss Eilish. 10 out of 10. Oh, they did show up. They did show up. They said Duncan messed up their order. Okay. Well, I'm glad for their sake that the inactivity timer is not 10 minutes. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep the Bitter Reunion here. I do just want to be digging a bit deeper for lands. Demir Reanimator. We seem to have added a third color here. Yeah, I mean we played Squirming Emergence very recently. We weren't playing Zombify. Maybe that was a mistake. But yeah, it seems like a good archetype. I don't think I've got the most deep thoughts for you here, unfortunately. Bolt the Bird, 18 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. I know it's standard time, but what about unbanning Shaman, Jitte, Punishing Fire, Bridge for Blood, Modern? I'd be down for all of those but Shaman. I think Shaman I think is a silly unban. I also miss it. What's the meaning of Birds of Paradise? It's a MTG group for women in MTG. Okay, we're gonna take two. I'm not really super familiar with who are members, but I do know that that's the case. Okay, so we did Surveil. We drew a card off the Fear of Missing Out. We kept this Bitter Union to maybe try to hit a land. There we go. We do hit a land. I'm going to play the Cliffs so I can cut down the Otter. Might just do that right now. Now, I do think there's like some tension between playing a bunch of fast lands and these Zombifies. I decided to have less painful mana. It'd be a bit better to get Spawner Red than play the pain lands. It is what it is, as they say. No, at the 13 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Put it with 4 cards in their hand. One of them is now a basic forest. Untap land would be good. Not quite that lucky. Trying to think a little bit about if I discard Overlord to Fear of Missing Out. Oh no, so I would have Delirium from the Bitter Reunion, so yeah, I'll just go ahead and discard a Bitter Triumph, I think. And thinking that if we were to draw a land, we could we'd have sorcery and enchantment in the yard to have a Delirious Fear of Missing Out to attack twice with a hasty Vaultborn Tyrant. See if we get that lucky. I feel like no bandless modern would be better than current meta. Yeah, maybe. But you know what? We were playing a different format, and hopefully we're going to have a good time doing so. They do, unluckily for us, mill a crab. The crab cost... Wait, crab is 7? Right? Base 7. So I think they can cast it this turn. God damn it. Yeah, 7. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can cast it. I'm not going to go ahead and chump block the Otter. We'll just take 3. A little bit of lag. All right, but it could be better to go Bitter Triumph, discard Valgavoth, and impending the Overlord this turn. Yeah, no, I actually like that, so we don't get quite as tempoed. Okay, return a Tyrant to my hand. Yeah, the Valgavoth is also better against any bounce effects. Hey Jesse, thank you Bolt for and Black Ops for the resub. Sorry if I already got you, and I'm repeating myself. Still have to finish my coffee. All right, let's kill this. Discard the. Oh my gosh! Well, it wouldn't be an aspiring spike stream without a embarrassing misclick very early into the day. Sorry about that. I guess we'll try to reanimate Atraxa instead. All right, 3 cards in their hand. My opponent also showed up 10 minutes late, so they have about 11 minutes 20 seconds on their clock at the moment. Yeah, I do really need my coffee. I woke up just a little too late and spent maybe a little bit too much time tweaking the stack. Is what it is. And they're waking up with double Beanstalk here. We should be able to go Zombify Atraxa and haste it, though, and hit them for 16. Could have been lethal, or sorry, not lethal, but could have been 20. Or 24. I think it's a double Seed of Hope, so it would not quite have gotten the job done by itself. Oh, but they have it into the Flood Maw. Less than ideal. Still get this nice trigger. Don't know if I need to kill the auto token with Harvester of Misery. Let's take Vaultborn Tyrant as the creature. I think we'll just take Overlord as the land, and we'll just take a basic swamp, and then I can just play this tapped. I can just cast a Vaultborn Tyrant or an Overlord next turn. Probably the Tyrant, right? A little bit disappointing to not find a Smuggler Surprise or another Zombify off of the Atraxa trigger, but it is what it is, as they say. I think I'm going to leave the second Fear of Missing Out attack just back to block here. If they draw a land, they can Storm Tracer's Talent and get back this town ain't big enough for the two of us. But they already have one of those in their hand. Bouncing Talent again. And the FOMO. I was Standard Brew inspired by Crypto Bagging. May I link it? Sure. Is he playing the Rats? So 3 cards in their hand. A lot of auto tokens. Wow. So take 5 down to 7. If I just cast Tyrant, I'm up to 10. And they're going to have 2 cards in their hand. They also didn't play a land this turn, so they may not be able to go activate return, but that also may mean that their hand is just full of action, which is maybe as much of a problem. Zombify, baby. Just a little bit too deep into the deck list here. If only we had found a Smuggler Surprise off the Atraxa. I'm not a big fan of Abyssal Harvester. I think it's a little too fragile. I think it's kind of cool. Okay, so they are activating. They choose into the Flood Maw instead because they don't have the land in their hand. I'm assuming. Okay, then they Brushwhack to search their library for an island, and then they can bounce my Vaultborn Tyrant and hit me for 12, which is more than the 10 life points I have. Okay, so down a game against the Simic Bean deck. I have not really, I think, exactly understood how to sideboard in this matchup. I do think that I'd like that the Terra Sunders kill their big stuff for 4 mana, which is like fine. It kills the beans and also kills their graveyard hate. So I feel like I want to be kind of in on these. Also can kill the Storm Chasers Challenge in response to the bounce sometimes. Let's cut the cut downs. Ghost Vacuum to target their graveyard and also sometimes bring back some of my big stuff does also seem pretty fine. I think we can cut the Harvesters pretty easily as well. Maybe like Trimmer Reunion. I haven't really liked Duress too much in the matchup, but maybe Duress is better than I think. We probably shouldn't play 0 Duress. Yeah, maybe this is too many Bitter Triumphs. 2 Duress, 2 Bitter Triumph? Seems okay. Let's try this. Okay, got a 1-lander here. I'm going to mulligan. More than 1 land. Let's keep. 3 vacuum seems like a lot. Well, the thing I think is they're good in multiples in this matchup, so I think it's okay. Like if you just have multiple ghost vacuums early, they just can't cast their terrors and stuff. Right, let's abandon the Zombify. Rooster with the 8 months. Think he'll come back. 8 days. Standard was fun to watch. It has been fun, huh? Okay, they pick your poison, my Ghost Vacuum, which is pretty brutal here. I'm not very interested in discarding the Vaultborn Tyrant into their vacuum, even though we have some answers for it. Maybe run a few Cruelty Gigs as extra Zombify. Well, we have 4 Smuggler Surprises as extra way to cheat things into play, and I think it's also cool that it can be a Graveyard Enabler as well. So I don't feel like I'm doing too bad on enablers here. Okay, they choose Botanical Sanctum instead of Crab or Terror here, so it seems like their hand is unfortunately full of action. And my draws have been not so good. Okay, vacuums up the Crab. Plays a Seed of Hope. I think the Simic Bean deck is pretty good. Losing game 1 is just very tough there. I feel like we got a little. I mean, we maybe would have won the game too if I had not misclicked so horribly. Like we would have put Valgavoth into play instead of Atraxa, and then they would have had a pretty hard time dealing with it with the Into the Flood Maw. But we wouldn't have drawn the cards off Atraxa, but the cards off Atraxa weren't so good. Unfortunately. Played yesterday in RCQ, but played against Domain 4 times in a row. That's a lot. Not that much Domain on Magic Online. Splashing white for Shelter's Ghost in the sideboard. That seems pretty cool. Pretty incredible hits here. Might not be so out of it after all. I'll take another Tyrant, I suppose, but milling over 2 things here is pretty... It's pretty scary. They are somewhat far away from activating the Ghost Vacuum, and we do have 4 Terra Sunders to draw into also. We maybe can pressure them too because they've been missing land drops. Okay, they have another cash grab. Imagine they take the Yavimaya Coast. They might take the Terror. They do take the Terror. Surprised you don't have Molten Collapse, kills Vacuum, or it has, even kills the talents. I have main deck Terra Sunder and sideboard Terra Sunder, which also do the same things, but whatever. Why do they have so less time? They showed up over 10 minutes late to this game. They miss on this land off the cash grab, which is kind of ridiculous for us. Could not believe we got so lucky there. So unfortunately, I don't draw an untapped land. Hasting the Sphere of Missing Out is pretty interesting because we almost get to force the trade. Nice. So then we get to attack with the Sphere of Missing Out and get in for 4, put them down to 6. After the lag stops lagging. So I'm still stuck on 3 lands, down to 6 life, facing down double, Fear of Missing Out. 4 minutes on their clock. Somehow we have found ourselves in good position. Pretty surprised that we have though. Yeah, I'll keep the Terra Sunder. Can cast a Vaultborn Tyrant next turn. They seemed like they didn't immediately draw land. I imagine that would have been likely deployed. They do play This Town Ain't Big Enough for the 2 of us, bouncing a Fear of Missing Out, and bouncing their Storm Chaser's talent. Replays the talent, 3/3 auto token. Gets in. I'm at 15. Then they still have missed their 4th land. Kind of unreal. Play a Tyrant. May see a chump block here, although it doesn't really accomplish that much, I guess. Fleece Bane with the 40 months. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you. What did they draw more lands? I mean, they did have the option to return Yavimaya Coast, and so they chose Terror because it was a 1-mana 5/5 draw card, but they just and then they bricked on their second cash grab. It was pretty unlucky. There's the 4th land. 2 minutes 45 seconds on their clock. I'm at 18 life. They are not going to be able to finish a game 3 here, so they're going to have to win this one. Sweep the legs. Thank you for the 5 months. Hope you're doing well. All right, a balanced Vaultborn Tyrant. If they're going to chump block Fear of Missing Out, they have to block it twice. Which is kind of interesting here. 5 lands in top 30. No, they're 6 lands. Not that different, I guess. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can play a 2-drop and I can play a Tyrant. Let's go ahead and start off and see if they are indeed double chumping my FOMO. So they're going to trigger Prowess, I guess. Oh, no, they're not going to trigger Prowess. Turnpike with the 41 months. Hope you're doing well. Okay. So let's cast a Vaultborn Tyrant and see what we draw. Oh, sorry, in my next combat step here. Imagine another Smuggler Surprise. Thragtusk. Okay, I'm pretty tempted to kill the Up the Beanstalk here. But I think playing a Fear of Missing Out is going to be better for me. I will not let them go activate the Ghost Vacuum. Can discard a track set. Oh no, now I draw Smuggler's Surprise. I mean, I'd still have 2 Vaultborn Tyrants, I guess. I think we're gonna get this one after misclicking game 1 and seeming like we were just in like a completely unwinnable situation. 1 minute 30 seconds on the clock. I don't know that my opponent has the ability to stabilize here. We'll see. All right, so let's let the tap trigger resolve here, and then let's surprise in 2 more tyrants. Oh, we can also give it hexproof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I don't draw an untapped land off of this, they could maybe activate the Ghost Vacuum. I don't even know if I'm losing to that. But I'm also very likely to draw an untapped land. I'm going to draw, like, what, 9 cards? And also, like, they might die, too, so... Oh, 6 cards. Was wondering how the Manifest deck turned out. It kind of morphed into this deck somehow. We went from that deck to a mono green Smuggler Surprise Kona build into liking Smuggler Surprise, wanting to play more interaction. Now we're playing Jund Reanimator. So weirdly enough, this is kind of that deck. Okay, I mean, they have 1 minute 30 seconds on the clock. I think what I'm supposed to do is just play a lot more removal and say, if you can kill me in a minute, good luck. I am dubious that this is something that they can do. Yeah, they're also dubious. We have won round 1. It was not pretty, but we do end with the 1-0. Okay, we're on the play. Round 2 of the BOP event. Hopefully we can dodge Bean for a little bit. No, not even penguins, just like normal birds. I don't know. I don't usually spend a lot of time in that section. What's in 30 months? Thank you. Appreciate you. Opponent's closing the stream. Yeah, I'll try to check that out if I go to MagicCon Chicago this year. Cut down. Wow, didn't even draw a Zombify. This is one of my brews. Yeah, it has come together kind of fast, but I'm pretty excited about it. We do need to draw spells, but and my opponent is also not casting this Dread Knight. Is that true? Okay, decides to cast it. Zombify. Not a Zombify. Down to 17. I do think I want to Bitter Triumph this now, so if I draw Overlord or Zombify, it's a little bit less awkward. Just a Glyphs. Getting pretty close to hardcasting this Vaultborn Tyrant, worst case scenario. A Smuggler Surprise is also very live next turn. Getting hit for 7, though, down to 7. So if I am just dead if I don't draw anything, I guess. Okay, this is something. Oh, they also get to exile my Valgavoth there, so no longer was Zombify a live card. You cannot return Overlord with Overlord. I'm just happy to have my 5 mana 5/5 here. All right, Debress, Bricks, 5 cards in their hand. Does this have Death Touch? No, just a 4/4 make a food. Tear Asunder. Another Glissa, okay. So I'm down to 4. Hopefully this Tyrant stabilizes. Harvester's an interesting draw. So I go up to 7. And then funny enough, like it might look like I'm dead to the cottage, but because this has first strike death touch, I get to block and then gain 3 more life in combat. And we'll see if they realize that. Didn't you play Claudio in round 2 of my Mono Tournament too? I did, yeah. I'm not sure exactly what that's responding to, but that did happen. Dude, my kingdom for a smuggler surprise. Faultborn Tyrant is just such a silly card. Oh, they didn't. They could have minused and killed my my Vaultborn Tyrant. Okay, they do find an elf here, but now I can just go. Oh, I drew Smuggler Surprise. It happened. I drew the card. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm actually gonna put in the Harvester of Misery over Atraxa maybe. Because this lets me kill the Vivian with my Vaultborn Tyrant attack. Another one. Oh, sorry, but then my own thing gets -2/-2, so yeah, maybe just Atraxa was better. We probably are pretty good. Oh, sorry, I should have also been a Reunion. Classic just bailed out by the Reanimator deck. This only destroys enchantments, right? So can't kill this guy. Just take 3. Could have cast the elf too. Yeah, I don't know if it was correct. It was probably correct, yeah. Played a little too fast. Don't think we would have wanted to cast the knight. Alright. Good enough, though. Play a little bit tighter for sideboard games here. So I want to bring in the rest of the Tear Asunder so I can target these Ghost Vacuums. That's an option. It could be interesting in these matchups to just like maybe board out your Zombifies and just say I have 4 Smuggler Surprises for this big stuff. Like cut the Atraxa 2. That's not in the sideboard plan for today, unfortunately. It doesn't seem like Cut Down really kills much besides their elves. It does kill their Mosswood Dread Knight. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it kills that much. So I think I'll play like 1 Cut Down. And let's cut the Atraxa because it's just not hard castable when they're gonna be bringing in a lot of graveyard hate, presumably. All right, let's try this one. Attack an early skews post board. That's fair. Okay, Duress not bricking this time. Harvester seems mid. I mean, it was pretty good that last game, but I agree, kind of mid. Interesting that they took the Triumph. They probably have an Ooze or a Glissa, or maybe just another Duress. Right, there's an elf, 3 cards in their hand. We have all lands. Sure. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put the Valgavoth in my hand, I think, post board. We're like almost as likely, I guess, a little bit more likely to draw Zombify than Surprise, but I don't know. Seemed okay. I'm going to graveyard the Bitter Reunion against the Shieldred. I would have liked it otherwise. This is, or maybe just going to be pretty dismantled here. I'm going to kill my Overlord. Exile my graveyard. Well, my graveyard wasn't very relevant, so probably not the right choice there. Very lucky to have drawn this Bitter Triumph. Gonna go a long way towards us being still alive. I do want to wait on the Triumph. And I will be discarding Valgavoth. Taking big hit here. Hopefully top deck a Zombify. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. Zombify. Sorry, chat. That was pretty bad. We didn't top deck Zombify at least. We are 1 mana short of surprising them here. I think we have no outs off the surprise. Classic modern gameplay. Going to game 3. Yeah, it's gonna take some time to learn. Don't think I want to play any duresses. Yeah, let's just run it back. I clicked the keep button. Don't actually have red mana yet. Claudio mills to 6. Discarding for a Zombify. Another elf. The Season of Gatherings for Domain seemed like an okay plan against them. Okay, draws 2 instead of putting any kind of pressure in play. Oh, yeah, I don't actually have red mana because I don't have a swamp or mountain. So just passing for now. Pretty good. I think I'm only Terra Sundering because I have the extra copy. It's not very good here. Just gotta keep my life total kind of high. All right, nice top deck, of course. Keep the ball rolling a little bit. Hoping to draw a land there. Not quite that lucky. It's okay. Blot out, exiling it. I don't get my death trigger, unfortunately. It's pretty bad. Oh, man. I'm only playing 2 of these, right? Oh, no, I'm playing 3. Thought it was down to 2. Maybe gonna get my recompense because of it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this hit before I tear asunder. My opponent could have like a shielded or a Glissa that I'd rather kill. While no attack with the insects. Is there like a Convoke card? Morning Magical. I did not see that, no. I think Claudio just playing around something I'm too... Oh, wait, yeah, I didn't have Smuggler Surprise up. But he's also flying. I'm confused. Yeah, the Harvester would be an awesome top deck, too. Okay, so... I have the option of just casting Smuggler Surprise to try to hit lands. I think I'm going to do that just so... I'm not reliant on drawing an untapped land here, which I don't have that many untapped lands. I do not hit a land in the top 4, so like that part is bad, but I guess it's kind of nice that we got through 4 more non-lands there. I think I'm going to grab Fear of Missing Out here, keep it something big in the yard for Vaultborn Tyrant. Tear Asunder, 2 cards in hand over there. Man, missing on lands on the next 4 cards there is so brutal. Okay, Duress, take my Bitter Reunion. Swarm Weaver number 2. No Delirium. Big hit. Fuck. Okay, I don't understand why Claudio is just not attacking with these things. He saw my hand last turn. Does anybody know? Like, what's going on? What's going on? Block here, block here. Okay, I guess I'm technically alive.
Yeah, Harvester would have been incredibly hype, but yeah, this is an artifact. I think we're dead to another removal spell, though, which is pretty likely. Yeah, we're exactly dead. Yeah, how's the surprise deck going, Magical? So next out this, jump here, and I take exactly 8. So 1 and 1, I guess. Dude, the Smuggler surprise just not finding any lands was so devastating. Okay, in the actual tournament, we have a double pain land hand, but I think I'm gonna click the keep button. 3. So let's cast a Tyrant, and then hopefully we draw a removal spell at some point before one of the life gain triggers would resolve for the links. Okay, out of oh yeah, it's a little too late, I guess. Yeah, we can just, I think at this point, try to kill the links and then gain a million life when we untap, so we don't need to attack again. Over here in the actual event, let's go ahead and lead on Reclusion Forest and pass. Just going to play this one on the other monitor. We are up against an aggro deck. Nothing to tear asunder here, unfortunately. Hit for 4 down to 16. Just going to surprise, I suppose. Into Screaming Nemesis, jeez. Might be a short one. This cut down is very likely too little too late, but we do get to go discard Atraxa, Surveil, look for a Zombify, miss on the Zombify, cut down here, pass back. Seems unlikely that they're out of action, though they have 5 cards in their hand. We're winning this other game. I've killed the Sunspine Links and cast Overlord 1. Opponent in the tank here. Another Screaming Nemesis. And a Swift Spear. That is lethal unless I chump block. And if I chump block, I can't gain any life. Alright. Very fast game 1 here. In come the Pyroclasms. In comes the cut down. I think I'm going to go away from... I'm going to play 1 Tear Asunder. They don't have that many targets for it game 1, but then they are going to be bringing in some amount of Graveyard Hate, probably. But that might be okay. That might just be okay. We can hardcast all of our stuff if we cut the Atraxa, which I think is maybe just a fine plan. We'll try this. Okay, nice to have a Pyroclasm here. I'm going to keep. When Raptor was banned in Standard. Yeah, I mean, I didn't play a lot back then. I can't remember if that was a popular decision or not. Second Pyroclasm is kind of interesting because playing 1 might kind of bait them into playing a second. But I think we're just supposed to Overlord here. Nice. So we're going to go down to 14 after this double strike and after the damage from the hero trigger. We get a nice 2-for-1. Our Overlord is ticking down. With so much removal in our hand, our Overlord will probably be a relevant creature this game. Oh, I do not have a good answer for the Forge. Not right now, at least. I think I'm probably supposed to cast this as a creature here. Let's just take 3. Yeah, cast this as a creature. Maybe we draw a land and can surprise. Otherwise, we'll just look for lands off the surprise and then hold up Bitter Triumph. Is all access then creator only? No, it came as entry to this event. Okay, so we're gonna take 3. Yes, I should be playing some Terra Sunders if we go to game 3. I didn't think that they would bring this card in against me, but maybe I should have thought they would have. Okay, so we'll take second Vaultborn Tyrant so we can Smuggler Surprise next turn. We do get... I think we're in good shape here because we get to not take any damage from any of these this turn. We can surprise and gain 12. Sorry, let me pop over to the other match. Yeah, like I'm gonna go ahead and Bitter Triumph the 2/1. Discarding a card. Discarding a Pyroclasm. Over in this game, I have cut down a Heartfire Hero. I'm a little bit worried to Harvester here when they have a mana up, so I think I'll probably just Bean this turn. It's not one of the more scary creatures, I guess, although it might just get a counter on it. My opponent Burst Lightning's my Overlord, which is, I think, a good outcome. I take 1 trample damage still. And there's a Heartfire Hero. Or sorry, Challenger. Okay. I do think I want to actually surprise them with my surprise. Hit my land drop anyways. Triumph is better on the 4/1, no. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yes. All right, so we get to just throw 2 Vaultborn Tyrants into play, gain 12, draw 4. My opponent responds with double Lightning Strike me as their last 2 cards in hand. Well, I guess I could have played around that. So that one's on me. I thought it was a bit better to maybe make them play into my hand. I don't know. Let's at least finish this match here. But holy shit. I'm going to drop from the Birds of Paradise event.